Are we on? Are we good? See, no. Right. All right, guys. So here we are with Lidia Felix from Bay Equity Home Loans here in Berwyn, Illinois. We're going to basically talk to her. She's been 10 years in the industry now, and we're here to see what she's learned in those 10 years and how things are going.
Oh,
Lydia?
well, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Pleasure's all mine.
So I've been in the business 10 years. Reflecting back on when I started, which was in 2012, a lot of the people that we were helping back then were called boomerang buyers.
Boomerang.
So yes.
I haven't heard that term.
No. So a lot of those people were people who experienced the 2008 crisis,
Right.
who had homes but were given bad loans and unfortunately had to lose their homes.
Right.
So we were able, but now they came back into the picture and they saw like the benefits of home buying. So they were motivated to buy again because the prices were really low.
Okay. So how did you even get involved into home loans, or like what made you choose that career?
So it was just kind of really an opportunity. I didn't start as a loan officer. I actually started as a loan opener. So a loan opener is a person who like orders like all the verifications of employment, orders like the tax returns, orders the appraisal, orders like FHA numbers, all that good stuff.
All the behind the scenes work.
All the behind the scenes.
Nobody ever really
yes.
sees. Yeah. Okay.
So I did that for a couple of months, and then after that, they were starting to get busier. The rates were actually pretty good in those times, and a lot of people were looking to refinance their homes. So they were looking for loan processors, and
Right.
I guess the people that they were interviewing were people who were like older in the industry and maybe had they were like thinking, or like they wanted someone who like didn't have any experience.
Right, because they want to be able to
like
train
fresh,
you
yes.
their way. Yeah.
Yeah, so they wanted someone fresh, and so I was like, hey, like, like I'll be willing to do that. I think I could do it.
Cool, yeah. So you came in right when the housing market was starting to recover.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that definitely was a good time to refinance. A lot of people, I went through the 2008 crash, so I took a break. There was really nothing going on, obviously, right? So you did get in at a good time, and that's right around the time that I joined Eddie in 2013. So we had just met. So we've known each other almost 10 years now.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, 10 years now, 2023. So, so I've been through the same time period as you. Where do you think we are now in 2023, 10 years later from where you started? Do you see it just as busier? Is it slowing down? What do you see for, like, how's business for you?
Honestly, thinking back, it's almost the same because people are hesitant. So like back then, like I said, people were hesitant as well because they had experienced that
They just went through
crisis.
that crash.
Yeah, so they're like, man, do I really want to go buy a house?
Right.
Or am I going to keep renting? And I feel like a lot of people in this market, the people who are taking advantage now are first-time home buyers.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to, we try to do what we can on our end. I know you guys are trying hard, but the rates are still, up there. Now tell me a little bit more about what you do. Like, what do you do on a daily basis?
Definitely.
Like, how do you cultivate, maintain relationships, things like that? What's a typical day look like for you?
Absolutely. So I actually I time block a lot. So I have specific times set blocked off from Monday to Friday, and then I focus on different things throughout the week. So like today's Tuesday, today's a follow-up day, so I give everybody a follow-up, whether there's someone that I have just pre-approved, someone who's under contract, or someone who's prospecting. I really try to hit the phones hard and just follow up as much as possible.
Okay.
Other days I focus on my marketing. One thing that I do every single day, and something I did just before you walked in, is I focus on sending 5 different cards out a day.
5 cards?
Yeah.
Like business cards or?
So 5, it could be like thank you cards of people that I've like talked to in the past.
Gotcha.
It could be like people who have clothes, so like anniversary cards
Okay,
or like
yeah.
happy birthday cards. So I really focus on that. I'm really big on focusing about my client relationships, and I want
Yeah.
them to use me forever.
Right,
So you
right.
have to stay in front of them.
Yeah, the best. I mean, I know a lot of my business comes from referrals, so keeping that constant contact with people, you know, you never know, they'll come back. You know, if I have people come from 10 years ago that'll call me and be like,
Definitely.
"Hey, we want to sell" or whatever. So I know it kind of works the same for you guys, right?
It is, yes.
So now, how long have you been in Berwyn?
I've been living in Berwyn for 8 years.
Oh, wow. I'm like probably about 10, 11, somewhere
I
around
got a
there.
little bit more time.
What do you like about Berwyn?
So I really, really love Berwyn. So I grew up in the northwest suburbs. When I moved to Berwyn, Berwyn was still kind of up and coming. What I really liked about it was its proximity to the city.
Yep.
And then it's like urban, suburban. You know, when I started in the mortgage industry, I actually had this crazy commute. I lived in Lincoln Park, but I worked in Rolling Meadows, and I didn't want to commute in like an hour and a half traffic. So I would get up every day at 5 a.m.
Wow.
Call the taxi, because back then we had taxis. And the taxi would come pick me up. Yeah, the taxi would come pick me up. The yellow cab would come pick me up. They would take me to the Clybourne metro station. And then from the metro station, I would take the Union Pacific down to Palatine.
Wow.
And then my mom would pick me up. And then my parents lived really close to the office where I started first working.
Yeah.
And so then we would kind of switch. I would take her home. I would get ready at my parents' house, and then I would go to work.
Yeah, sometimes the reverse commute can be good, but other times it can be bad.
Yes.
I've always worked in the suburbs. Lived in the suburbs, worked in the city. But then when you live in the city and work in the city, even that is like an hour.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You can live in Chicago and work in Chicago, and it still takes you an hour to get to work. So either way, it's horrible. So aside from the commuting, well, I mean, obviously you live in Berwyn now. You work in Berwyn.
Yes.
You don't really have to go anywhere to meet people, do you? Like, you don't go out to clients, or do they mostly come to you?
Yeah, mostly they come to me. Ever since the pandemic, the dynamics have changed where not a lot more people are comfortable doing everything online.
Yeah.
So that's something different.
And you guys offer that service where they can all upload their documents,
Yes.
everything online.
Yes.
Makes it a lot easier for them, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we've done a couple of those as well. It's a lot easier. We don't have to be, calling them all day, like, hey, we need you to submit this document or that document. It's all kind of
it's all digitalized. Yeah, we could even access people's like bank accounts if they give us permission.
Cool.
But kind of getting back to like what I really like about Berwyn. So it's like urban, suburban. Last week I took some time off, and I was able to take my kids to like the Field Museum or the Museum of Science and Industry, and that was only like a 20-minute commute.
Yeah.
So
you're down. We're 15 minutes from Chicago.
Yes.
Like, it's so awesome.
Which is nice. Yeah. And there's everything around Berwyn. Like sometimes I'll have events and I'm like, man, I need something to wear. And I've had it where like I could go to like a boutique in Berwyn and like buy a dress, and then there's like shoe stores in Berwyn, so I'll find the shoes here. So I really don't have to go.
Yeah, you don't have to go to a big box store or like to the mall. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find there's a lot of shops close by. You can just go and pick up whatever here. Yes. What do you think about our food? Do we need more diversity in food, or what do you think about that?
Well, we could always use more diversity in food, but there's so many good food places in Berwyn. Some of my favorites are like La Parra. If you're looking for like something fancier, you don't have to go downtown. It's like right here.
Yeah.
I really like, there's like pubs around town.
Yes, there's a lot of pubs in Berwyn. Yes, James Joyce is a favorite.
Yes, James Joyce is a favorite. Pizza places. I mean, everyone knows Paisan, so all their food is really good.
Cool. Now, I know you do a lot of community events. What are some of the things you do for the kids in the community? I know you do a lot.
Oh, definitely. So I've actually been part of like community gardens before. The nice thing about the Berwyn Park District is that they have a children's garden in Prescott Park where you could actually get your own plot. And then you plant whatever you want, and then it's up to you to like maintain it.
Big fenced-in area?
Yes, like towards the back.
I've seen it. I never knew what that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so cool. I encourage everybody to go and check it out because it's really cool. Ways for kids to like get money and for them to learn about like planting and maintaining a garden.
Oh, cool.
Something that I'm very passionate about is rain gardens. So rain gardens is just a way for you to plant plants that will help you alleviate the like when it downpours and the sewer backup. So
so they absorb a lot of the water.
So they absorb a lot of the water.
Okay.
A lot of my like client events are structured around children. Some of the events that we have done is like Halloween parties, all about the kids. We've done, I'm Mexican and I always like to celebrate like my Mexican heritage. So something that we've done is El Día del Niño, which I'm actually working on doing that for this year.
When is that?
April 30th. It's always the same day every year.
All right. So it's 4 months away.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
So I'm working on that. I like to do like little mailers for my clients. Like I'm working on a Valentine's Day mailer for them right now.
Okay, cool. And I know also you do like a bit. What you do like a party for like clients too, no?
Yes, we've done this in the past as well.
Like client appreciation
parties. Yeah.
Cool. That's good to know. So anything else besides like, obviously work, life, balance, anything in there that you find, does the job interfere with the personal life, the home life, or do you figure that out? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, so that was actually one of the biggest things I had to overcome throughout these 10 years was to manage that work-life balance. Real estate is all about like getting it done like as fast as possible. Like if people want to come in, you have to service them as fast as possible because they have so many other choices. If you're not available, they will go to the next person.
Else. Yep.
Yeah, it's that easy. So throughout the years, I have learned to know like when I could take time off and when I really have to go out there and like hustle and be on my A game because people are out there shopping.
Yeah. But you've managed in that time to have 2 beautiful boys.
2 boys, yeah. So when I actually became a loan officer, when I made the transition from a processor to a loan officer, it was after I had my first son.
Okay.
So when I was going through the classes to get my originator's license, I had like a 3-month-old baby that I would have to like watch as I'm like doing my classes and like studying and trying to build a business. So going through that was pretty crazy. Then adding another child to that is even crazier because no one talks about like when you're a woman in real estate, no one talks about that. Like there's no time off. You just have to. If you take time off, you're gonna lose business, and you're like, oh man, like what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So you just have to be like on the go and always be prepared and the way that I alleviate some of that is by trying to be really involved in my children's lives, like in school. So I try to like volunteer as much as possible. If there's like a class party, I try to come and do something. And my boys are part of Boy Scouts out of St. Leonard. So, I try to make time for those activities that they have. And there's, I try to stick to them.
Yeah.
I put them in my calendar.
Put it in the calendar, yes.
And I work around their schedule to make sure that I'm there and present in their lives.
Yes.
Because I know that it's short-lived, right?
Yeah, they grow up so fast.
Yeah, they really do.
I think my daughter is 10.
Yeah,
we have our
4th grade, right? Yeah,
same age. Yeah, so I remember that. We were definitely, they were the same size. Well, my son is obviously older, but I went through the same thing. He's a few months old. I got to go show a property. I got to find someone to take it. Who can I drop him off with to go run around and do?
I got to go show property.
Right. It's like it's got to be done. And with 2 full-time wage earners, you know, you have to have that flexibility,
Definitely.
right? So this is obviously giving you some of that flexibility to be able to help also raise your kids, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of real estate.
Right. Well, with that, thank you so much for taking time to sit down with me.
No, thank you.
And let's get some work done.
Let's do it.
Looking forward
Time to prospect.
Right. Looking forward to knock 2023 out of the park.
Nothing else but to do it.
I like it. Cool. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.